Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How are you today? Today is Sunday, and we've just been putzing around all morning, sat outside for a little bit. It's a beautiful day out in the greater Cleveland area. So I sat outside a little bit this morning, but I thought it's time to make a video. Got to get in, get my shower, get ready to go, get my day started. Excuse me. I'm drinking my water. So I want to welcome you to my channel today. My channel is a crochet channel, but I have been practicing learning some knitting, and today's video is going to be a little bit of knitting, a little bit of crochet, and happy mail. Oh, something in my eyeball. I didn't put on any makeup yet. Usually I only wear mascara, but I don't have that on, so I always look a little less put together without my mascara. But I didn't do it yet, so sorry. So let's get on with, I have two happy mails today. And I don't know, should we do that first? Of course. So the first one is from Debbie Hartsfield, from Arkansas. And let's see. We were in Arkansas last winter. We started off in Arkansas. I think that's where Lake Chico is. And we loved it there. Lake Chico was, we went to Lake Chico State Park, and oh, we had the best campsite. It was very, very nice. Let's see. First, there's a little note. 53 years, she says she has been married. That is fabulous, Debbie. Debbie has sent me her purple yarn scrap. I love it. Look, she even put a tag on. Oh, that's tape holding it down. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So this is with my Sisterhood of the Purple Traveling Scarf. And I'll tell you about that as soon as we open the next happy mail, because I'm sure it is also yarn for my Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf. And if you all want to send yarn to me to go into the traveling scarf, please feel free. I do have a P.O. box, and I am in town, so I can check it, and it's not going to just be yarn piling up at my daughter's house. Which is why I didn't want it before we became permanent, you know, here. When we go back in the camper, you guys, we might get our keys tomorrow, finally, to the house we just purchased. That was the last I heard, is that we're going to get them tomorrow. Well, we're going to close the documents. Hopefully we get the keys. And then I can have a yarn room again. That's pretty exciting. Okay, so next is from Kimberly Stewart from Dallas, PA. Oh, there's several pieces in here. Wait, there's a note. I'm looking for the note first. Okay. It's a very long note. She's from northeastern Pennsylvania, a small town called Dallas. She's been crocheting for a long time. She's tried knitting. Kimberly, these will definitely find a place in my Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf. She sent this one. It's a lighter lavender than what's showing up on the screen. This one is a sparkle. I don't know. Oh, you can see the sparkle in it. It's got an iridescent sparkle, and it's also a paler, it's a very pale lavender. And then this one is a dark purple. Boy, it looks black in here, but it's not. It's a very deep purple, like an eggplant. I love them. Thank you so very much. This is the, you know, perfect kind of sizes to go in my Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf. And you guys, I can't believe how much it is to send these to me. So don't feel obligated. For sure, don't ever feel obligated to send me anything. I truly appreciate the yarn for the Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf, but I thought it would be $1 or $2 to send. It's, well, I guess stamps went up to $1 now almost anyway, right? 82 cents for a single stamp. But I really am feeling bad over the price that I'm seeing on some of these just for a little bit of yarn. But I also saw something on Pirate Ship, because you can always ship Pirate Ship, which is less expensive. But some of the packaging, if it's up to £1, is going to be the same price, even if it's, you know, if you're sending a package, even a mailer envelope up to 15.9 ounces, or 15.9 ounces. So just under £1 is all going to be the same price. That's what I saw something on Pirate Ship. You know, they're charging, and it's just the way UPS is doing it. USPS. Prices went up and things have changed. So anyway, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf is a knit project that I started when I wanted to learn to knit. I was just doing 10 minutes a day, knit 10 minutes a day, knit 10 minutes a day. And I was going to make myself a scarf. I had some purple scrap yarns. They didn't make enough. It wasn't big enough to be a scarf. What I had in purple scraps, I didn't know. So I started begging scraps from my friends. And then I decided that I would beg scraps from people along the way as I meet you, or now that I'm permanent, if you want to send me some. This is how big my scarf is now. These last two on here are from Julie from Arizona. She met me at a fiber yarn shop, the yarn shop in Tucson. Oh God, I loved the shop. I have a video tutorial of it, and it is the greatest little shop. The people there were so nice and kind. And I have yarn to put in here from them, actually. But I'm putting Julie's in first. And everyone that gives me yarn, I get a little tag from who they are, where they're from. Unless I know where they're from, like Lynanne. This one is attached to a Lynanne yarn. I know where Lynanne is. Just because we are personal friends. So anyway, I'm doing a knit one row, purl one row. So that is the stockinette stitch I finally learned and remember. And so it gives you the V's on one side and the bumps on the other side. The V side, I would consider the right side on this particular project because it's the side that I want it to be the front. But you could also have the bumps as the front if that's the look you wanted for your project. At least that's my understanding. So as I get the yarn in, I label it with who it's from, and I put it in I have a bin. Well, right now it's a bag. It will be a bin in my yarn room. And every scrap gets a tag, so I'll always know who it's from. This will travel with me when we go back to Florida, in all my little scraps. That will be a project. This will be an ongoing, never-ending, hopefully, project. When I go to yarn stores, maybe people will, visit if I know I'm going in advance. Excuse me. Okay, sorry. I hope that helps. I just got a drink of water. I am using, I believe these are a 6, it says number 10. I think that means 6mm boy hook needle. I believe these are 6mm. I started with 30 stitches. Occasionally, I would end up with 31 because I like did a yarn over and didn't understand what I was doing wrong. Sometimes I ended up with more than that, but it's a training project, and now it's just a fun project. I did work on it yesterday. I put in, I think, all or the majority of the lavender. No, I lied. I finished the lavender. I put this in, and I thought would be the whole little skein, but I didn't get to the whole little skein. We did go to the islands yesterday. We went to Kelly's Island. I'm in Ohio. Lake Erie does have an island. It has several islands close to the shore of Lake Erie. I think it's 7 miles. Did they say 7 miles, Roy? I think somebody told me Kelly's Island is 7 miles from Cedar Point, which is an amusement park that is, I guess, kind of famous. Now owned by Six Flags, and that's where my son and his boating buddies docked their boats, and they had a Cedar Point Boating Buddies thing on Kelly's Island for the weekend, and we were invited to go. We only went for the one day. We thought we would have had our keys to our house last week, and that we were going to take one day off over the weekend from moving and go visit Kelly's Island and have dinner and do a luau kind of thing. Excuse me. We didn't have the keys, so we only still had the one day. So we went yesterday, and it was a very nice time. I didn't really take any pictures, but I did get a couple of pictures. Maybe I'll put in here of the sunset when we were taking the ferry back. My son took his boat to the island on Thursday night or Friday morning. Him and his family. We took a ferry over, and it wasn't bad. You had to pay to park $15, but the round trip ticket was only $20, so $10 each way. I thought that was pretty reasonable. And you could take your car. It's more expensive. You could take your car. People that live in the area were driving on their golf carts because parts of the area there are the island is golf cart friendly, but parts of the mainland are also golf cart friendly, and you could take your golf cart and just drive it over, drive it on the ferry and take it over, which I think would be a real cool thing to do. My kids had golf carts there, and I was driving. It was fun. I miss driving my golf cart, and I'm really excited that Vermilion, where we're moving to, is a golf cart community, so I'm real excited about that, to be able to drive my golf cart. So now let's go on to the dress. Let's do some knitting or some crochet. I have worked on her dress. When I finish this row, I have about, 20 stitches to go to finish this row of my daughter's dress. And then it's time to try it on her again. So let's see. This is the front this way. So I did some more shaping, and we had to bring out the rear end a little bit more. So you got your shoulders. It's a low cut neckline. She's going to wear it as a cover up sometimes and as just a slip dress. So you put a slip over it or under it and then wear the dress. So we went out for the bust line a little bit in the front. See, it's really harder to see. Then we came in for the waist, and then we had to go out for her hips. And I think that after I finish this one row, which I fell asleep crocheting. Do you guys fall asleep when you crochet? I do all the time. I fell asleep, and I haven't picked it. I started knitting. I knitted yesterday. I didn't take this with me. And she was there, but I knew there would be it wasn't the place to bring this and try it on her. So she will come home sometime today, and I will try it on her. Hopefully today or tomorrow. I am using Caron Cotton Cake. This is, see, it's much smaller. When I started with this skein was bigger than my head. And this is a pattern that I am, my daughter wants this to be form-fitting. This pattern is by Chiaogoo Crochet, and I'm just adjusting the sizing of it. I really enjoy the pattern. It's a fast workup because this is a double treble. You know, the one row is double treble crochet, this big row. So you yarn over 3 times, pull through 4 times. It makes a you know, a nice size stitch, probably about 1 inch long. And I am using a 4.5 clover hook on it. This color was called Lighthouse, I believe was the color. And I really like the color as well. So we're making progress. It's just that I don't want to go too far and then have to rip out too much. I'd rather not go far enough than rip it back. But if I have to rip it back, I have to rip it back. I'm not upset about frogging it because she does want it form-fitting, and, you know, she doesn't live here. I can't try it on her every couple of rows and keep going. I have to stop and try it on her, or else it's not going to fit right. So that's what we're doing now, is it needs to be tried on after I finish that one row. I can do the row, it's the double treble, and then there's a half double. I can do that row too without trying it on her, because I'm not going to do any increases or decreases in the half double row. From this point on, I don't think I will do that, just only on the big stitch row. So that's what's happening with that. I just wanted to give you that real quick. And then, oh goodness, I forgot to bring it over. You guys, let's talk Boggy Creek for a minute. August is coming up, and Boggy really doesn't want blankets from us, so we're going to do Project Linus and Snowball Express. Project Linus, you can donate locally. If you do not have a local Project Linus and you want to send blankets, that's fantastic. We will donate them in Florida. They have a big Project Linus thing in Florida. And you can just Google Project Linus and find out if there's a donation center near you. Some places, they'll even pick it up, from what I understand. If you have several blankets you want to donate to Project Linus, they donate locally in your hometown, your home state, to hospitals, pediatric units, nursing homes, just anywhere, adoption agencies, agencies like social service agencies, maybe where kids are rescued from a bad situation and they have to, like, literally take them from the home. Then they give them a blanket so that they have something that's their own. So they do a great work, and we picked them for our donations this year. If you take pictures of your work that you're donating locally and you want it to count, you know, because we'll keep track, we'll count. But if you take pictures, and this is what we said at the beginning, take pictures of your work, you can email them to us, and we'll put them in a slideshow, and, you know, have a slideshow. Even during our chat, we can figure out how to run a video slideshow during our weekly or bi-weekly, you know, Wednesday night, whatever night we haven't decided. We haven't talked that far about it. I know August is coming up and our break is getting over, but we will accept blankets, and Project Linus accepts blankets of any size. So we will accept blankets, but we're encouraging you to donate locally if you can. A, it saves you on shipping, and B, it helps your local community, which is awesome. What we will be collecting, and what we are getting approval on for the final approval, is Boggy bears to be crocheted. And I left my bag over there, so hold on just a second. So this is the original Boggy bear. They sent me this bear. all the bears, if you sew, this pattern is on their website. And you can sew all the bears that you want. We will accept them and turn them in for you. This is their like brand bear, part of their brand. No eyes, no facial features, and it has a ribbon on it. Now, Annette, Brian Brown, and Annette from Tangled in Yarn started working on a pattern to duplicate this bear, but out of crochet. Annette has finished one. Well, they both finished some, and they tweaked, and Brian is ill, and he cannot do a tutorial. So Annette is doing a tutorial. She has finished a pattern. We are testing. We're going to start testing. Lynanne, Nancy, and I are going to start testing that pattern. I am going to start with this Posh, Big Twist Posh, which is what she made the yarn, made it out of. Annette, who is a crochet genius, and she does have a channel, Tangled in Yarn. She does beautiful Afghans, you guys. So let's not forget about that. But she has created a pattern. We're going to test it. She is going to do tutorials showing you how to, tutorial to show you how to do it, give you tips and tricks how to make it easier. And she used Posh yarn, and I don't remember, a 4 or 4.5, I think a 4.5 millimeter hook. This yarn is from Big Twist. I don't know if it's still available. I think you can get it still from Michael's or Hirschner's. But it is a 5-weight. So any 5-weight yarn will work. I am going to make my first bear in this color, and I will, keep you posted. Annette, like I said, is a crochet genius. She says she can make a bear in a couple of hours. I am not such the genius. I'll see how long it takes me. But with the Posh yarn and the 4.5 millimeter hook, you really shouldn't have trouble with it being where the fiber shows through. They need to be stuffed firm. These bears are stuffed more firm, not squishy, so the head doesn't falling around and all of that. If you make them, I'm going to make the first one out of this yarn. Then I'm going to try another one holding 2 4-weights together, just regular acrylic. I'm going to try that, see if the sizing is the same, because sizing is important. But I just want you to know and get a feel for the pattern is coming out very soon. The tutorials will be out. Annette is going to, which I thought, why didn't we ever think of this before? She's going to put her pattern for the Boggy Bear on Ravelry, and it'll be a free pattern there. So that way, I'm sure she'll have it also attached to, in her channel where the tutorial is, but you just, she's going to have Boggy Bear, and you can go to Ravelry when it's said and done, and we'll let you know for sure when that is. I just want you guys to know that we know August is coming. We know that you're anxious and excited to do Boggy Creek again. We are as well. We love getting together with you guys once a week, and we'll get together as often as there are packages coming in. As I said, we won't be collecting blankets for Boggy Creek, but we will be collecting blankets for Project Linus for those that want to send them to Florida, or for those that don't have places to send, a Project Linus in your area. But if you want to send us pictures of blankets that you've donated in your area, we will run a slideshow, and, you know, put your name and let them see, let the YouTube Boggy Creek people, Boggy Creek, our Boggy babes out there, see what you have created and how many you've donated, and still hopefully keep that community alive and vibrant. So that's our plan. I will get started on this bear today. After I finish my row. I do want to finish my row on the dress, and then the Boggy Creek bear is getting started. So I'm very excited about that. And when I finish it, I will definitely try, or maybe I'll do it at the same time, like do so many rows and so many, and maybe that's what I'll do them both at the same time and see how they're progressing in size. That's probably a really good idea, don't you think? I'll try that. We'll see how it goes. Excuse me. So that's where we're at with that today. You guys cross your fingers. Hopefully tomorrow we are closing on the house. I know it's a week so far late, but better than never. Just a few little minor complications threw everything way out of whack. But hopefully we're closing on the house tomorrow. And so I want to get as much of this bear done. No, closing Tuesday. I keep thinking today's Monday, but today's Sunday. So we should be closing on Tuesday. Hopefully I can get some major progress done on 1 or 2 bears between now and then. But, you know, life still goes on. I still have things to do besides crochet. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. So, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for subscribing and liking and sharing. I appreciate it very much. I know my videos have been pretty sporadic lately. It's just, I got a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And crocheting hasn't been, I haven't had as much time for it. And not that it's not a top priority. It always is in my life. I love to crochet. I'm just not getting very far very quick. But I'm sure you understand that as well. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.